Am I gonna get crap for this video? I'm not sure. I hope not, because it's just my opinion. Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. My name is Marissa, if you are new here, your favorite problematic housewife. Today we're going to be talking about Def Noodles. And I haven't done any videos on the Def Noodles situation whatsoever. I was going to when it first popped off, and then I just ended up not having time because if you're new here, I have 4 kids. They're loud. They're probably going to be in the background of this video because I am filming in my kitchen today because my normal filming room area that I made, my husband is working in there today. So I figured I might as well film down here. Let me know if you guys like this as another alternate setup to doing the other setup and the voiceovers. I like giving you guys options, you know what I mean? We gotta have options. So, I have some thoughts about Def Noodles. Def Noodles? Def Noodles. If you guys are new here, my name is Marissa, and people get mad at my opinion sometimes. It is what it is. So, let me give you guys a quick, little mini recap if you're not completely familiar with what's going on, which I think most people are at this point. And okay, so Def Noodles is a commentary channel. He has a ton of subscribers. He started off with this weird aesthetic and vibe of Minecraft background and cat ears, and I was never a fan of Def Noodles. I'm just gonna say that right now. I never liked him. I thought he was cringe and almost a little just a cringe, weird vibe. I just wasn't into it. So then he kind of transitioned into doing more commentary and got into this huge beef with Keemstar, which we're going to get to Keemstar in this video too. I got some stuff to say. Oh yeah. Buckle up, guys. So he had this huge beef with Keemstar, and it was every single video he was throwing shade at Keemstar, fighting with Keemstar, and it just got to be too much. I tuned out. Even though I wasn't a fan of him, I did watch him sometimes, right? I tuned out. I was like, this is just too much. I tune out to anybody who is just going at it over and over again, the same thing every video. I get sick of it. I tune out. I want new. I want fresh. I want new topics. I want new things to talk about. That's what I try to do on my channel. And if I see that out on YouTube, I don't want to watch it. I get sick of it. So Def Noodles also had a controversy with a guy named Papa Gut. Papa Gut is a YouTuber. He also has a TikTok, and he talks a lot about peas, and he does commentary. He actually just did a video about the Ren Eleanor situation that I really liked. And he had made a joke on TikTok saying, thank you for the advice. If she's old enough to bleed, she's old enough to breed. And it was directed at a pea. Giovanna just woke up. So excuse me if she looks a little disheveled. She just woke up for a nap, literally, as soon as I started filming. So Papa Gut talks about things. He made that joke. And he ended up getting banned from TikTok. Everybody was mad. He apologized. He said it was intended towards a creep pea, not he actually wanted to do that stuff. So, Def Noodles has been in a beef with Papa Gut. This is how this whole thing started and has snowballed out of control. So, Def Noodles made a tweet, and her hair is so crazy. Look at you guys. When she wakes up from a nap, it's everywhere. Okay, so he made a tweet saying that Papa Gut looked like a pea. I'll put it on the screen if I still have it. He looked like a pea, and he tagged the FBI and said that Papa Gut needed to be on the FBI watch list. Completely inappropriate. I mean, saying he looked like a pea, is it rude? Is it crude? Yes, but that's what those guys do. They say nasty, weird jokes. They say stuff like that. So that didn't really bother me. But tagging the FBI watch list, that's not a joke. That's weird. That's wasting resources and time if people are looking at your tweet from the FBI, which I don't think they are, but I didn't agree with it at all, you guys, okay? And I understood why most people, were upset with Def Noodles. Okay, here's where some of the controversial opinion comes in. When this first started, and I saw Keemstar, Nick DiOrio, Tipster, you know, that whole crew of people calling out Def Noodles, I was like, wait a minute, what? Like, you have these guys over here, like, virtue signaling, almost. Like, Keemstar has some nerve. Let's be real, you guys. Keemstar has said some horrendous, nasty stuff. Do I have, like, the worst hate or anything against Keemstar? No. Like, I'm not a huge fan of him. But I don't hate the guy and think he should be canceled forever. Do I think, you know, I think a lot of people kind of over-exaggerated some of the stuff they called him out for. And then I also think he said a lot of gross, nasty stuff. I'm like, so we have Keemstar, Nick DiOrio, Tipster, like all these guys who are, one, anti-cancel culture, two, everything's about freedom of speech, say what you want. You know, they barely give this guy named Mr. Girl any crap for saying he's attracted to children and making P-rap songs and all this stuff. And it's all about freedom of speech, freedom of speech. And then they don't like Def Noodles, so now it's all like, cancel Def Noodles, let's go at him. Keemstar like swoops in, acting like he's the moral authority and like running the show here, and canceling Def Noodles. And it's like all of these guys who are so against cancel culture and, you know, going after people, hate mobs and pitchforks, they're literally doing that and participating in it. So the hypocrisy is just completely outrageous. It's outrageous. Am I the only one who thinks that? Please let me know down below, you guys. Am I the only one who thinks like these guys calling out Def Noodles is completely hypocritical? Am I alone? Am I alone in the world? Taking a coffee break. Wondering how many people are going to disagree with me when I post this video. So, as I said, when the whole thing with Papa Gut and Def Noodles went down, I was not on Def Noodles' side. I wasn't. Not at all. But I also thought some of the people calling out Def Noodles and who were going for him hard were being very hypocritical, and it seemed personal. Keemstar and Def Noodles have an issue. Okay, like, why does nobody see this? Okay, let's picture this. Keemstar and Def Noodles already don't like each other. They already have an issue. They're already against each other. So, of course, when Def Noodles messes up, there's Keemstar to swoop in and call him out, even though Keemstar has done the same stuff. Nasty stuff, offensive stuff, outrageous stuff. And Keemstar needs to sit down. He needs to stop. Like, when he did that, I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. And everybody's just fine with it. I'm like, the dude is a hypocrite. Like, who is he? Who is Keemstar to come in and be going all over the place, calling out Def Noodles, acting like, you know, he's the voice of reason and he's calling this stuff out, and it's just, no. I'm not down with it. I think it's hypocritical. Nick DiOrio. And I will say, when he did his little, like, spiel about Def Noodles, I appreciate him saying that he wasn't offended by the P joke that Def Noodles made. So that I appreciated, because he would be hypocritical to say that he was offended by that. So he was like one of the only ones. There was a few people who weren't that offended by it, but everybody was just, so many people were acting so outraged about that part. It's like, okay, it's rude, it's gross, like, let's get over it. But he was upset about the whole FBI tagging thing, which I agree. You don't do that stuff. But he also has a problem with Def Noodles. He's made a video before. Def Noodles and him don't like each other. Like, all these people have personal issues with Def Noodles. It's not, it's a very personal, biased thing when they're all calling Def Noodles out. Not, you know what I'm saying? So the whole commentary side was starting to seem really hypocritical. I didn't have as much of a problem with Nick Diorio's take as I did Keemstar. Keemstar was the main one. I was like, he's a hypocrite. Sit down. Like, Keemstar has no room to talk about anybody. Let's be real here. Another thing I wanted to mention was Ethan Klein. H3H3. He is supposed to be friends with Def Noodles. And he's not sticking up for him. Is he dogpiling and, like, doing it? No, but he's not sticking up for him. Like, what a snake. I can't stand Ethan Klein. I think he's a little bitch. He's a snake. He's fake. He will use cancel culture to his advantage when it suits him. When he doesn't like somebody, he will go after them. He will, like, let his fans go after them. And he doesn't care. But then when he's being canceled and called out, he cries like a little bitch, gets on, apologizes, and panders to his audience. And that is why he's not sticking up for Def Noodles. Ugh, I can't stand Ethan. He's fake. He's a snake. Moving on. I understand why everybody was giving Def Noodles the criticism. What he did was not okay. But now we are all the way to here. Okay, so Def Noodles has been going back and forth with people. He did a 6-hour Twitter space where people were confronting him and all this stuff. But then it didn't stop there. People are still making videos. Then the T channels. Now the T channels have picked this story up. Not only have commentary picked it up, but T channels have picked it up. And again, we're going to get into some of the hypocrisy that I think is very interesting. So the T channels have picked up the Def Noodle story. And you guys know what that means. Daily videos. All over my feed. Every day. Sometimes twice a day. Def Noodles, Def Noodles, Def Noodles. All the T channels. Rich Lux. All of them. And there's nothing going on right now, really, besides Def Noodles and Gabby Hanna. Okay? And her breakdown. You guys, sometimes I just wonder with YouTube. I'm like, am I the only one who sees all this hypocrisy and outrageous shit? Please, I hope somebody in the comments sees where I'm coming from. I really do. Okay, so, and this is all not to hate anybody. I'm not angry or mad. I'm not angry or mad. This is just my opinion. And I just wanted to finally share it because I haven't really talked about it very much this whole time. But now I'm like, I'm letting it out. I'm letting it out. Okay. So, the T channels are literally doing Gabby Hanna videos and Def Noodles videos. Okay? Gabby Hanna, they're sitting there, oh, her mental health. So, the T channels are making videos about Gabby Hanna saying they're worried about her mental health. Okay? And then they're making videos daily coming after Def Noodles, literally tracking every single thing he does, video after video after video. Like, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. So you care about Gabby Hanna's mental health, but not Def Noodles. And I already think the Gabby Hanna stuff is just so fake because the T channels is who went after her so hardcore before. It's like, now you're acting like you're standing with her. Just my opinion, though. Just my opinion. I don't agree with it. And I think it's fake. Oh yeah, I've just got all the opinions coming out today. So, another thing that I think is hypocritical is the commentary channels went after the T channels for relentlessly coming for Gabby Hanna, right? Video after video after video. It's one of the criticisms of the T channels, okay? Well, now the T channels are doing this to Def Noodles. And the commentary channels, I haven't seen any of them say, hey, this is too much. What are you doing? They don't care. Def Noodles literally being canceled. And they're against cancel culture. They're for freedom of speech. Do whatever you want. Nothing's offensive. Like, it makes no sense, you guys. It makes no sense. And now we're to the point of, I think it's too much. I do. I don't agree with Def Noodles, but I don't think that there should be just a mob coming after people day in and day out, okay? He is copying back. He's trolling now. He is not going to give the accountability that you guys are looking for at all. I think that's pretty obvious at this point. So what is the end goal here? To just continue to cover Def Noodles till the end of time? What, till he leaves the internet like Gabby Hanna did? Like, what's the plan here? I'm really interested to know from some other creators. Like, when is it time to walk away? What's the plan? How long are you going to keep going at this and like making videos and stuff? Okay, I'm not trying to throw shade at anybody. I'm really not. I just feel like how commentary in this whole culture is, we're not supposed to cancel people. We're not supposed to hate mob, pitchforks, dogpile. But nobody seems to have a problem with it happening right now when everyone is supposedly against that. And it just seems kind of hypocritical. It really does. So I think it's just too much, okay? He obviously doesn't care. He's going to keep getting more outlandish, more controversial, more villain. He's being the villain. He wants to be the villain. What else is there to do or say? Because it turns into bullying and dogpiling when people are nonstop demanding accountability from someone who's not going to give it. Just like Gabby Hanna was not giving the accountability people were looking for, and people didn't stop. They didn't stop. They kept going. The T channels were making multiple videos a day, video after video. Your whole feed was Gabby Hanna. And the same thing is happening with Def Noodles. My whole feed is Def Noodles. And it's like nobody sees the repeat pattern and problematic situation that's happening again. And that continues to happen over and over again in the tea, drama, and commentary community. And this is one of my problems. It's like everybody's doing so many videos. It's not one video and that's it. Why are we still harping on the Def Noodle stuff all this time later? Do I agree with him? No. But I will say, I also do not blame them. Babe! I kind of don't blame Def Noodles for clapping back, trolling, and standing his ground. I know, you guys. But, listen, let's think of it this way. Everybody has caught on to Ethan Klein and how he panders to his audience. He apologizes for everything. He is afraid of his audience because he will apologize for every bad joke. Ethan apologizes and gets on and cries like a little baby and whines and says sorry anytime his audience wants him to. And now he's stuck doing that till the end of time. He's afraid of his audience. He's afraid of being canceled. He lives in fear. And everybody has caught on to Ethan Klein doing this. But then you're expecting Def Noodles to do it now. And Def Noodles is doing something different. He's like, I don't care. If you don't like me, whatever. My husband is trying to occupy the kids while I film. Oh, I forgot to add in here when I got done doing my video because I literally just found out about this while I was getting ready for this video. So a creator called Salvo Pancakes went to Def Noodles like second roast. Now I'm still not completely sure what happened. All I saw is the clip of Salvo Pancakes up there with the microphone. Def Noodles shoved him. Now there's a big uproar.
Here's what we're gonna do. You either sit down and you act fucking nice until you get to your part. Get Steve out here! Waffle man, we ain't bringing no fur for your ass. He pushed me. Go.
He ain't got no beef, so you keep it cool, alright? Just don't know wrong niggas do that.
You what?
We just
Alright, we got people who are paid to be on the show. Okay?
No.
You gotta avoid for everybody.
You do that YouTube shit with him. With me, I'm just here to make y'all laugh, okay?
Yeah, be first first.
The hell is wrong with Israel? You joke ass.
That's what I call a prospect right there.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Police report!
This is the Waffle Man.
Alright. What are you saying?
This is the Waffle Man.
This is the Waffle Man.
Come on, Waffle.
It's got herpes Waffle Man.
We're all here for him.
His name is Cracker Barrel now. His name is IHOP. International House of Waffles.
Say hi to Mike!
And that guy, Salvo Pancakes, did a video after this happened. And I was kind of side-eyeing it a little bit. He's like, I'm calling the cops. My wife is at home in bed crying. Listen.
Oh yeah, you were.
Did
right
everybody
next to
just
Mary.
watch what happened here? Did everybody just watch what happened? A comedian fulfilled Def Noodles' wish. Pull up or shut up, right, Dennis? I got there. I waited in that shitty closet. Heat, no drinks, assaulted twice. Dennis Fatozo, Def Noodles, pushed me live on camera, and I promise you, we're pressing charges on Def Noodles and that ratchet street bitch that threw alcohol on me. We're pressing charges twice. Keepstar, get your lawyers ready. We're fucking suing them back. 100%. I was assaulted in a comedy club for jokes. For jokes. And then when I wait through that shit show, worse than the first one I'm hearing, I sit there patiently like a good boy and wait for my turn to get on stage. And Def Noodles does the worst thing he can do. At least some people would respect him if he let Salvo, who flew miles, paid lots of money to be there. Thanks, Mike. To get on stage and at least tell the jokes. Because it is pull up or shut up. Well, I pulled up and I was shut up and assaulted twice by that ratchet group of people. Now here's the thing. Now Dennis Noodles has to face the repercussions of what he did. 2 assaults and not letting a comic that came from Ohio and fulfilled his wish of getting on stage and roasting him. This was the worst thing he could have done. This is my biggest win of all time. My poor wife is crying in bed scared that her husband traveled here alone and got assaulted multiple times and carried out by Bubba.
I will leave this full video down below if you want to hear this guy's side of the story and any other relevant videos of what I'm discussing today. Again, don't kill me, you guys. Should Def Noodles be shoving anybody? Of course not. Nobody should be putting their hands on anybody. But I do think this Salvo Pancakes person is overreacting. He got shoved. Like, men do that to each other sometimes. Things got heated. To say you're going to the police and you're going to sue Def Noodles is just ridiculous. Like, come on. And then to play up the sad fishing and victimhood by saying your wife is in bed crying because you got assaulted. Dude, come on. You guys are men. You guys are all going at each other. You guys are all at each other's throats. What do you think is going to happen when you see each other in person? All these dudes going at each other, if this was all in real life, multiple people would have been punched right now. I mean, a lot of people will talk all kinds of shit online, and then when they get in person, like, they're not ready to throw hands, and they want to call the cops and stuff. And I think that's kind of stupid. Also, the suing. I want to talk about the suing. Def Noodles suing Keemstar. Now Salvo wants to sue Def Noodles and Keemstar wants to counter-sue and all this. This is so stupid. These are grown-ass men. Grown-ass men threatening to sue each other. Like, they all need to get over themselves, including Def Noodles. Stop suing each other. Stop going back and forth. Stop acting like big crybabies when one person claps back. stop talking shit and then get mad when you get shoved. Like, if somebody was talking all kinds of shit about my husband and then my husband saw the dude in person, he's most likely going to shove him, punch him, like, say, what do you got to say? Say it to my face. Like, that's just how it is with some dudes. Is it okay? No, it's not. But crying about it, and your wife's crying, and the police, and calling the cops, come on, grow up. You're a grown-ass man. Like, that would really, I was side-eyeing it big time. Especially coming from people who are like, oh, don't get offended, we're anti-woke, anti-cancel culture, like, acting like tough guys online. You're gonna see someone in person that you've been talking shit on, all kinds of shit. You cannot be surprised when you get shoved or punched. Like, sometimes it happens. And I think people now are gonna be going into this whole nother fake outrage. Everybody's in an uproar. There's gonna be 500 more videos about Def Noodles shoving somebody at his comedy roast. And it's just getting a little ridiculous. I'm sorry. It's just like all these grown men need to stop, including Def Noodles. They all need to stop. It's getting completely outrageous, you guys.
That's really what it was. But I'm about to watch Alex Holiday. I'm going to set you up right here, Dennis. Why the fuck did you push that nigga? Everybody got me in the freeze frame. Y'all, the moment I walk out, I open the door, it's a nigga in the air. And then it's like this. And I'm like, oh, shit, y'all. Take it away, Dennis. I'll be right back.
Yeah, it was, here's my rationale. I know a lot of people want to know, why the fuck did you push him when you walked out on stage? Arthur was there. You saw it too. Steven, you missed it. Let me explain exactly what happened for the folks at home. The stream wasn't on yet, so most of you probably don't know this. So I covered this yesterday on my podcast. I also did a video talking about this. We were getting a lot of threats leading up to this. This individual had showed up to our office in the middle of the day.
Banging on the window.
Exactly. Banging on the windows, doing all that shit. We watched that video yesterday. So today, when he showed up, we were a little late running, and he started banging on the windows again. Yeah. And he started, like some people who work with me, they were like, I don't think we should let him inside because he's a liability.
Yeah, he's
like,
doing too much.
Yeah, you don't understand. There are a lot of people who are part of this operation. It's not just me, Steven, Arthur. There are a lot of people working behind the scenes who are advising me on shit, like experienced comics who perform all around the country and all this shit. And they were like, I don't think we should let him in the building because he's really going to disrupt it. And
he's disrupting,
exactly.
Right. He purposely came to disrupt some art entertainment. And
exactly.
Like,
right. Which people paid money for.
Yeah, people came out to be entertained.
Exactly.
Literally. You came to disrupt it.
Yeah, and he came by to disrupt it, and it started off even the day before. Then he was banging on the doors before coming in. I was being told, don't let him in. I was like, you know what? Like, the guy flew over from Ohio, right? He really wants to be on stage. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. And, we let everybody in the building. We usually allow like 20 minutes or so people can get comfortable. Everybody can find a seat.
Drinks and shit.
Exactly. So we ended up, we're testing out the mics and we're starting to roll shit over. And he's like, he tried to break in to the green room. Right? That was the first thing. We had security cars all over the building, so somebody stopped him immediately. He came in, tried to break into the green room. Then he was like running around stage, harassing people as they were coming in. He then started running around the stage. It became kind of a volatile situation for people who are my actual fans. Like, he must have had close to half the house, maybe a little bit less than half the house. There were legit, we had 50-something people in there. There were legit like
disrupting the peace.
Yeah, there were legit like 20-something people there with him, right? So... there were people coming in who just wanted to watch the show, wanted to get a...
So I watched this video actually as I'm making this video right now. And Def Noodles kind of explains what happens from his side. I will link this full video down below and Salvo Pancakes video. According to Def Noodles and his crew, they are saying that this Salvo guy was disrupting since the beginning. I don't know. This is his side. Salvo has his side. What's the truth? Who knows? But I thought that was very interesting. Nobody needs to be suing anybody. That's, again, it's like Keemstar wants to countersue now. And it's like, they're all against cancel culture and all this, but it's okay to sue people and go after people, and it's all extremely hypocritical to me. And that's just my opinion. You don't have to like it. You don't have to agree. If you don't agree with me, I still love you. You know? It is what it is. And let's remember, guys, this is all content for everybody. Not just Def Noodles, but all of the channels. Content for every channel. Think about it. Def Noodles did this. He made the tweet. There was videos about that. Then there was the Twitter space. And everybody was confronting him in there. And then came the video. Then it was the Twitter space. And then all the videos came out. Def Noodles came for me. I confronted Def Noodles on the Twitter space. And then he was tweeting. And then it's like, oh, Def Noodles is subtweeting me. And it's like, then the comedy roast. There was the content for the comedy roast and the comedy roast 2. Then if Def Noodles replied to anybody, anytime, there was a video about it. Like, this is all content. So, which is fine. Which is fine, you guys. I'm not shading throwing content. We're commentary drama channels. We need content. But is it just about accountability, or is everybody loving having all this content to talk about? Because it seems like it's being dragged on nonstop. So what is this really about? What is the end goal? Why are we doing this? And when does it end? I wanted to clarify this a little bit more now that I'm watching it back in editing. And what I mean in this part is I'm not shading people for making content out of things going on YouTube. That is what commentary, drama, and tea channels do. I more mean the tea channels, right? They have to keep this going because nothing else is going on right now. And if they don't keep this going, they're not going to have content. Because tea channels specifically, they have to keep making these videos and talking about this until the next big drama happens that's even bigger than Def Noodles, and they move on. A lot of smaller commentary channels will cover all types of things going on. Even smaller dramas. Like the big tea channels, they're not gonna cover small drama, so they need to keep talking about this, and it just turns into 700 videos. When does it stop? I want to know these things because everybody's getting their content and their views off this situation and then claiming they're against cancel culture, against dogpiling, against hate mobs, but everyone's participating in it. So if it's okay to do it when you need content, but it's not okay if it's somebody you like, then you're anti-woke, anti-cancel culture. Like, I'm just getting confused of what's okay, what's not, who's doing what is going on. Again, this is not to hate or throw shade at anybody. This is just my opinion and what I see kind of happening, how everything's snowballed, and how it hasn't stopped since then. So please, let me know what you guys think down below. Again, I'm not a fan of Def Noodles. I like him more now almost because he's not giving in almost and like doing what everybody on the internet wants. I kind of like that a lot more than how he used to be and how Ethan does things. Just saying, just my opinion, just my opinion. So let me know what you guys think down below. Are you a fan of Def Noodles? Are you not? Are you over this drama with him? Is it too much? What do you think about saying you're anti-cancel culture, but then participating in cancel culture? Because I feel like that happens quite a lot, actually. So I have a video on true crime stuff coming. It wasn't ready. I'm not ready to film it today, so that's why I'm doing this one, so I can get a video up for you guys. But stay tuned, that video is coming. I've been working on it very hard. And I will see you guys in my next video. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.